What's up everyone, Julian here. Today I'm going to be talking to you about how to make raw, deep, hypnotic style techno, sort of like Anna, Planetary Assault Systems, sort of like that more atmospheric, darker side of techno, a little bit less melodic. As you heard in the intro, you can get the full project file, samples, MIDI, presets, every single thing from this video is available at the top of the description for just $5. This really helps support me. If you guys enjoyed these videos, definitely go grab this. You are doing yourselves a favor because you get a great template. Plus, it's going to help keep me going so I can keep bringing you guys new videos every single day. I don't make a whole lot just off of YouTube, but the sample packs help keep me going. And yeah, thank you so much everybody, and let's dive in. So we're at 132 BPM, usually not too much faster than like the more main room style stuff, but a little bit faster. It's more about like the actual elements and kind of having it be more atmospheric though. So first thing we've got here would be the kick and bass. And this is 3 layers. So we have our main kick, just a nice fat punchy 909 kick. We have this one, which is actually these 2 909 kicks layered together. And then I have some drum bus and this stuff. And then I'm actually high passing it. So this is just adding that click. So here's the main 909 without this. And then with it. So here when we add that, it just really helps it punch through the mix. And then the bass, it's just a rumble made using the 909, the same one as the main kick. So we have the kick playing 16 notes. Right there, a little bit of reverb. Amp, which kind of brings out the low end, but also makes it mono, and then a low pass filter. And then we're just sidechaining it to that main kick. And then in the group here, we're just cutting out like the lows. The stuff that you can't really hear that can kind of give you less headroom when it comes time to master the track. And yeah, then we have this percussion, which when I play it on its own, it might seem. But yeah, so this you can hear is a polyrhythm. Basically, everything else is happening on this rhythm of 1, 2, 3, 4. You can hear that like with the kick. Right, just very straightforward 4/4 time signature. And then this thing is going like kind of on an odd. Like every time you hear a new note, the pattern's restarting basically. But you can see, yeah, so it's not very like steady. And you can hear this gives you like a lot of movement because now this is moving around all these other percussions. So this is a really good way to create movement in these kind of really simple tracks. And it's just a little percussion sample, but it adds a lot. Then we have. So this is just an 808 tom, like from the 808 drum machine. I've tuned it to the key of the track. And then you can see we just got a little bit of echo. And this one, I'll play it with the kick, you can hear. That's just adding a bit of movement in the high end there. This is a nice kind of like sneaky layer. Like you may not always notice this, but if it's missing, it's really missing. Like here's with it. And then without it. So it's really adding a lot of movement and groove to the track. We have our hi-hat and shaker. Just going through a little bit of reverb, some drum bus, and a high-pass filter. That makes it nice and fat. We have this ride, which is just playing quarter notes. You can hear it plays on the same note as the kick. Then what's happening is I've got a little bit of attack on that, so it's kind of like fading in, so you just get like a nice. We have this, so this is actually like this loop I made with, I believe, a 909 kick actually. Right, this nice like crunchy percussion, I just distorted it, and it had some delay. So that gives you that movement. And then I just high passed it. And this is another one of those ones that seems kind of subtle. You may not always hear it like right up front, but if I turn it off in the mix, you'll notice it. So here's with it. Then without it. See, it feels really flat without that. And then we have this arp. So, musically, it's actually pretty simple. So this is just the key of A. And so all we're doing is 4 notes here. It's A, A sharp, and then C and C sharp. So when you do this kind of scale where you like do these two, and then the space, and then... See, it gives you that kind of like evil, like hard techno sort of feel. And then this note down here is just A an octave down. For the sound on this one, it's made with operator. You can see we've got a sine wave, and then a square wave, and a sine wave. Now, the way that this FM is working here is we have this algorithm. So basically, these two, like, this is one that's being FM'd by this one, and then this is one which is being FM'd by this one. So it basically gives you 2 parallel chains there. So that's what's happening. And then we have all these detuned slightly, and at different octaves. So that's how you're getting that kind of like metallic, like kind of thing. And then I have a low pass filter with an envelope on it. I'm moving the filter frequency. There's like a lot of automation on that, you can see. Got a little bit of echo, some reverb, high pass filter, auto pan to make it bounce off of the kick. And I'll also say this one is doing a polyrhythm as well, just like I was saying with that percussion. So now you see how much stuff like and kind of movement we're getting from these two. Then we have this little bass sound. So this thing's subtle, but I just wanted to have something to kind of ground the arp. Like, by having this lower synth, it really like gives that a bass. Bass, B-A-S-S, also B-A-S-E. Just something to kind of like be a foundation to it. And it's just 2 notes, it's just A and A sharp. It's just how those fit into the groove of everything else. You want to make all this other little percussion and different sounds, and then you add in like this thing. The way this sound is made, it's with analog, so it's just a square wave and a saw wave with a little bit of detune, going into a bandpass filter which has an LFO on it to move it around and kind of make the sound come to life a little bit more. This movement's really important. It's one thing to make this sound, but you also have to bring it to life with the movement. Then I just have, amp envelope like that. We have a little bit of erosion, a short reverb, and the settings on that were really like something that I had to play with, but you just have to kind of get that more like metallic, lively sound. We've got a bit of saturation, which this was a preset that I tweaked. A high pass filter, because you don't actually want this to have all that low end, because it's going to get in the way of the kick. And then we just have this auto pan bouncing off of it. Then we have these percussions, which I'll play these with a metronome so you hear how they fit in. So again, just some more stuff. These two are kind of playing call and response with each other. You know, you can see you get like this. Right? Like they're kind of bouncing off of each other. And that's really why these two are in a group, is because they're creating one groove out of 2 elements. And that's really going to make your track feel a lot more exciting if you can do that. And yeah, so we just have this chorus on the bell. A little bit of echo, high pass filter. I have this noise stab. So this is all the little stuff that you're going to have in a track like this to really fill it out. And a lot of times like when you use sample pack loops and stuff like that, you know, it'll sort of have this stuff. But obviously, we're not doing that here. So this is basically just made with white noise. It's just a bit of white noise with some automation on the attack. And then on the sustain of the amp envelope. Yeah, so you can see how that's working. We've just got this little LFO, not really doing anything. Actually, a little bit of drum bus, high pass filter, and then just a high end boost. Again, just a little thing that fills out in the background and kind of adds some more percussion and just movement in the track. If you have too few stuff, it's going to be really boring with this type of track. So this is the type of stuff that can really make it exciting. Then we have this old school stab. It's like a very 90s style. Kind of just audio stab here, going through a little bit of echo, a little bit of drum bus. This just fills out the background a little bit more. We have these filter percussions. So again, just some more like kind of nice crunchy percussions. So this is just going through a low pass, a bit of an echo, reverb, amp to kind of give it some texture, as well as drum bus doing the same thing, and then a high pass filter. You can hear this, it just adds that nice like crunchy texture to the track. We've also got these, which are just adding even more like background percussion. Kind of just filling it all out. We have a little bit of vinyl noise, which with this style, it's important to have like a little bit of noise like this. I think it's really part of that atmospheric kind of textured sound. So that's just in there, a little bit of saturation, high pass, high end boost. And then finally we have the synth atmosphere, which is made with white noise. So what's happening here is we got white noise going into a bandpass filter, and then we have an LFO on the filter cutoff to just give it some movement and kind of make this a little bit more exciting. This is just like I was saying with that like bass stab up here. It's like you don't want to just have like the synth sound. You want to have it moving and have it feel alive throughout the track. And you can sit there and automate it, but that's going to take a lot of time. So LFOs are kind of a way to just keep everything exciting like that. And then we just have a bit of chorus, a little bit of saturation, and that's pretty much it. So that's going to be it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed. As always, make sure to like this video as well as subscribe. And let me know what you think of this video in the comments. Like I said in the beginning, you can get this full project file, samples, MIDI, presets, everything like that from this video. If you haven't already, definitely go grab it. You get this awesome template to make your own tracks out of. Plus, it really helps support me and keep me going so I can keep bringing you guys new videos every single day. Thank you so much for all the support, and I will see you tomorrow with another video.